Today's video is brought to you by letter T for Tim Burton and the number infinity. Oh, we love Nightmare Before Christmas. This is letter T. As usual, I'm starting with the correction. This is Randy, California. That's Mark Andes. He went on to join Heart. This was Randy, looking as very Hendrix as he can on the very first Spirit album, and the central album, as I said before. There you go. You can get that on there? Come on, Bob. Work with me. There you go. There. He's got it now. He's into it now, man. Okay. First thing we're going to start with the letter T is a nifty little mainstream psych. Ooh, the Tangerine Zoo. The Tangerine Zoo. Now, these guys were from Massachusetts, and Swansea, Massachusetts. This album came out in 1968. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. 4-star, hard psych, classic. It's punky. It's got all kinds of good stuff on here. Trip to the Zoo. Yeah, we want to take a trip to the zoo. Yeah, that has a double meaning. Please don't set me free. Nature's Children. Just really killer stuff. No long cuts. Symphonic psych. Oh, man. This is essential. You got to have it. Tangerine Zoo on mainstream. I think this has been reissued. Trip to the Zoo, Flight, Nature's Children, all good stuff. 5-star sites on those. And they got to do a second album. Who doesn't love that? Here's their second album, also from 1968. Inside, Outside Looking In. I'm on the outside. The Zoo. The Zoo. This one's more West Coast, I remember. 3-star, not as good and punky like the first one, but still good psych. More laid back, more mellow here. Good songs include You I think that was a cover. No, You I Love, not You and I. Farther down, Can't You See is a 3-star, nice organ psych. And we've got nice Spanish psych jam, very mystical on Young Dream. Birth is a 4-star, good heart psych. Like People is a 3-star, good psych. Wake Up is a 4-star psych. Another is a 3-star psych. And finally, Confusion is a 4-star psych. So, nice second album from the Tangerine Zoo. And I remember it had kind of a little bit of a downer vibe to it. Very West Coast, a lot more West Coast than the first one. The first one's more kind of trippier, more a little poppier, but heavy psych. Second one, more West Coast. They're both really good stuff. This one is essential. This one, I'd get it if you could. You know, if you find this in the Salvation Army, you'll be dancing around all day. But it's worth it. It's worth some money. This next band is from Madison, Wisconsin, 1972. It's a rural album. It's called The Tales. Weird stuff there. Look at those guys. Weird stuff. Okay, what do we say about The Tales? 4 stars. Real nice, local, 72, Madison, Wisconsin. Bluesy, hard rock, rootsy. A little bit of psych influence, not a lot at this point. It's 72. Black Widow has got 4 stars. It's a hard lead guitar and organ workout. Apocalypse is a 3-star with good lead guitar. And finally, we have, what is it here? Guitar something or other. What does it say? Oh, Guitar. This is a 7-minute cut. Wild lead guitar workout. Wild stuff. Is this like, kind of, maybe, on a weird label. What does it say? I can't even read this thing. Wister, I think it says. Weird stuff. The Tales. Not essential. It's kind of like real people stuff. It's more hard rock. It's one of those weird albums people are going to go, where'd you get that? What is it? Tell me more. Okay, this one, there's no doubt about this next one. This is a great poppy psych. The Tea Company. Come and have some tea with the Tea Company. Yeah, we like that tea. There's Sir Lipton there. He's having some tea. He's kind of psyched out there. Not the usual Lipton tea guy. This one's a little bit different. What do we say? 3-star. It's silly. It's poppy, but it's a loud psych. It's got some good stuff on here too. Tea Company. It's got sound effects on here. Good guitar and organ. Flowers is a good song. Don't Make Waves is good stuff. Flowers. It's 10 minutes long. Don't Make Waves. Water sound effects. It's, you know what you're getting here. This is one of those kind of Sergeant Pepper poppy things with a lot of psych on here and fuzz guitar. So it's a fun psych. It's not essential, but in a way it is. The Tea Company. Next, we're going to get into a band. But before we do, I got another one here. I got to go through these first, and then we'll get to those. This is a weird one. Tarantula. It looks like a distributor cap here gone berserk. Tarantula. Well, this one is kind of psyche, not so much psych. I call it saxophone psych. Tarantula. I don't know where these guys are from. Can I get any notes over here? Tarantula. Tarantula. Tea Company. Nope, no tarantula. Well, let's check the notes. Tarantula. 2 to 3 stars, not essential. Cool cover. Some psych. The best song is Poison Dance. Poison Dance. Oh, where do they get these names? Poison Dance. Electric Guru, 5 minutes. Poison Dance is 6 minutes. It's not essential. It's kind of psyche. Not in the main collection. Not one of the best. This next one is pretty good. It's called Tear Gas. Tear Gas. Piggy Go Better. I remember I like this one. It's more hard rock than psych. Got a cartoon in here. It's 3.5 stars. Great hard rock. Not psych. It's got that psych feel to it. Early 70s. Not in the main collection. Not essential. This next band is not known as a psychedelic band. It was on the Motown label, Tamla and all that stuff, Berry Gordy. But they became a lot more psychedelic. They had a psychedelic era, and they had several albums which were very nice psychedelic soul, just like Sly and the Family Stone, that kind of thing. And they are the Temptations. And we start off with Cloud 9. You ain't got no responsibility, Cloud 9. So it's kind of a druggy reference there. It's a great album, though. It's a lot of covers. I heard through the grapevine. Runaway Child, Running Wild was kind of a hit. Cloud 9 was a big hit, of course. I don't know. This is kind of like soul with a little psych on it, you might say. But in their next album, they went up the deep end, and that is Psychedelic Shack. That's where it's at. Psychedelic Shack. That's where it's at. Psychedelic Shack by the Temptations. Woohoo, man. I bought this when it came out. I love this album. It's got great stuff. You make your own heaven and hell right here on earth. True that, brother. Take a stroll through your mind. That was great. I think that's a long cut. Take a stroll through your mind. You'd be surprised what you might find. Gordy label. Take a stroll. Take a stroll with me. Yeah, it's almost 9 minutes. Take a stroll through your mind. You'll be surprised what you might find. They do War, which Edwin Starr made a cover of. War. Good God, now. This is, I believe this was the first version. This is a psychedelic album. The last one had some psych on it. This one is psych to the max. Now, it's not psych in the traditional sense. Like, it doesn't have, like, backward stuff. It doesn't have sound effects. There's no phasing on here. But it's the attitude. They've got it, man. They joined the psychedelic revolution. We love you, Temptations. I got to see the Temptin' Temps one time. Great band. One of my favorite soul bands of all time. But the dream of psychedelia for the Temptations really saw its fulfillment on their next album, Puzzle People, from 1969. Ooh, this is it. I can't get next to you. That's a great song. They do a cover, Hey Jude. Don't Let the Joneses Get You Down. That's good. Message from a Black Man. Here they get into some messages here. This is kind of like their kind of protest stuff, and it's really cool stuff. I love it. This is probably their most realized psychedelic album for the Temps. It's your thing. Slave was a really good cut. That was a long one too. This is a really good. If you're looking for that psychedelia only with the soul style to it, this is it, man. You can't get any better than this stuff. I love them. Now, this next band was not known as a blues band. They were known as, it's not known as a psychedelic band. They're British, and that would be, of course, 10 Years After. Now, 10 Years After, they're from London. A lot of their albums are not psych. I think this is from, this is from 67. Very psychedelic cover there. But actually what you're getting here is blues rock. There's some fuzz going on here. Of course, you've got the great Alvin Lee guitarist on here. And he's just kicking it all the time. Stonehenge is a very psyche album. Great album. Stonehenge. I think that's Alvin right there. This is a good album. Scoobly Oobly Doobob. Speed Kills. This is blues rock again with a psych edge to it. Great stuff. I got most of the 10 Years After albums. I got to see 10 Years After at Goose Lake. But this next album, this is psych, definitely. Shh, 10 Years After. Look at that cover. Oh, boy. This is the stuff, man. Got the eyeballs. Get those eyeballs going there. Anytime you get eyeballs, it's probably going to be psychedelic, right, Bob? Get this thing off me, man. Okay, all right, Bob. You've been punished enough there. This is the one to get if you want 10 Years After psych. This is it. This is the one. Cricklewood Green. The next album after that, it's got some weird sound effects. It starts off with the speakers going wow, 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 kind of weird sound effects. Blues rock still, little psych edge to it. And they had more albums after that, and they're not psych in the least. But you can always kind of going home, my baby, going home, my baby. Alvin Lee, killer man, killer. Okay, next we have a psych from 1969. And this is Terrence, An Eye for an Ear. Terrence. This one's a mix of stuff. It's got some good psych on here. 3 stars. Lots of fuzz guitar. It's got some psych attitudes. I is a 3-star pop. Rap is 5-star psych. Ooh, give me that rap stuff. Rap on fire. Rap and rap. 5-star psych. 3-star R&B on second. Fool is a 5-star psych. Lightning is a 3-star psych. And Dogs is 3-star pop. So you're looking at about 6 cuts here. It's decent. Terrence. Now this next band didn't start off as a psychedelic band. they started off as an Irish blues band, and that would be them with Van Morrison. There's a young Van Morrison, and this is not psych. This is punk. It's great stuff. It's got the original version of Gloria. There's some great stuff on here, but it's not psych. Okay, let's get to the psych. Well, Van Morrison left. He went on to other labels like Buddha and Warner Brothers. He released a lot of wonderful, very evocative albums. Wonderful stuff. And some of them are kind of psyche, like Moondance. And this is some great stuff. But the remaining members of them went on to record several albums, which are psych. And they're good, too. This is one of them. It's called Now and Them. It's on Tower Records. You can't go wrong with Tower. Chocolate Watch Band's home. This one didn't sell, of course. This is from 1968. It's psyched to the max. It's got it, man. What do we say? It's about 3 stars. Mixed bag. Psych. Some pop. Some punk. Spin-off from the original Them band. First song, Yours, pop. Good R&B and dirty. Then we got some grooving and stuff there. A 5-star punk on Walkin'. Was that Walkin' the Dog or something? Walking in the Queen's Garden. That's good. I remember that. That's psyche. It's really good stuff. Witch, I'm your witch doctor. That's good stuff too. I happen. What does it say? I happen to love you. I think that's a cover. 3-star punk. That's got horns on it. Horns. Fair pop on the next one. On the first side, we start with I'm your witch doctor. 5-star. Good fuzz rhythm and blues. It's got witch doctor. It's got fuzz guitar on it. Rhythm and blues. I'm your witch doctor. I'm your witch doctor. Then we got awful pop, and then we've got the Square Room. Ooh, the Square Room. 5-star psych jam. Ooh. They had another album after this. I don't have it. It's supposed to be a pretty good mix of psychedelia and other stuff as well. So this is kind of a sleeper. You might find this cheap. The remaining members of Them, they soldiered on, and they released several albums. This next one is killer. It's a killer album. It's where are these guys from? I want to say they're from Detroit. Power. Where do they come from? I'm going to say it's Michigan. I don't know. The Third Power. This is killer. Hard psych. It's got it all. It's on Vanguard. Homo Circus Maximus. What do we say here? 4.5 star. Nice psych. Lots of jamming. Great stuff. It's related to Bob Seger somehow. Side 1 is better. It's like Cream. So you got a lot of hard Claptonist guitar on here. Third Power. Just great stuff. The best cuts. Getting Together is a 3-star. Feel So Lonely. 3-star. Lost in a Daydream. Kind of psyche pop there. Persecution. That's really good. Persecution. Ooh. Coming Home. I think that's a cover. And Like Me. So it's got about 7 great songs on it, but it's killer. It's kind of psych turned to hard rock, early 70s stuff. Just great stuff. But it's not 70. Yeah, it's 1970. Third Power. Is it essential? It is if you like hard rock psych. You got to get this one. It's a lot of those Michigan, Detroit psychs were hard, like the Amboy Dukes, just kicking guitar. The guitar never stops on these. Third Power. Believe. You've got to believe in Third Power. Here's a kind of this is not essential. It's kind of poppy. It's got a couple hits on here. Run, Run, Run. And Papa Do Down, Down. The Third Rail. Id music. That sounds psychedelic, doesn't it? And they're kind of like, they're doing kind of a psych thing here. Like, we're out there, man. We're so cool. Let's see how cool they really are. Oh, not that cool, really. I give them 2 stars. It's pop psych. It's not in the main collection. It's pretty dreadful in places. Good Stuff Run was a minor pop hit. Swinger is fair psych. No Return. I think that's the best song here. It's good psych pop. 3-star. No return. What's that? No deposit, no return. No, just no return. And then listen on the cover here. Don't forget it's got no return. That's probably the best cut. Is it essential? No. What is it? What is it? You know what it is. It's a dollar record. Yeah, it's not essential. You may not want to fill your house up with this stuff. It takes up a lot of room. Back in the basement with you. But this next band, most of their albums are essential. It is regarded as one of the great psychedelic bands of all time. Rocky Erickson, another brilliant psychster who went insane. Sad story. And the first album, is it psych? Well, it says it's psych. This is regarded by many as the very first psychedelic album. 13-4 Elevators, the psychedelic sounds of the 13-4 Elevators. Now, if you get this in mono, it goes this way. If you get it in stereo, it goes this way. But it's all good. This is not an original. It looks like an original, but it's not. It's a reissue. Now, the first original on this has got the yellow and green international artist label for the mono. I don't know about the stereo. This is a stereo reissue. Of course, it's got the great hit, You're Gonna Miss Me. You're Gonna Miss Me, baby. Ah! Roller Coaster, that's really good. Reverberation, ooh, that's really good. Don't fall down. Kind of dreamy. Fire Engine, oh, that Fire Engine is killer stuff. Oh, it's so good. You don't know, King had Monkey Island tried to hide, but you know. Dun, 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 dun. Great. Is it psych? It's more punk than psych. It's heavy punk. It's killer stuff. And in the background, through this whole thing, is featuring is a jug. They call it electric jug. This guy's playing the jug and he's going, woo, 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 and it runs through the whole album. It might drive you nuts. It might. It reminds me of classical musicians where they're like humming along, like Graham Gould did that. The Goldberg variations, they call it the Goldberg variations. Same thing. They're humming through the whole thing here with that jug. Kind of wrecks it for me. And the next time there's some more jug on that one as well. So I don't know. You get used to it. That kind of gives it the psychedelic edge to it. No, not really. But it's essential. Even though it's more punk than psych, there's some great stuff on here. Don't Fall Down, like I said, it's very soft. Roller Coaster, Fire Engine. Oh, that's just killer stuff. And again, we've got the all-knowing eye here. This is it, man. This is the stuff. Their next album, I would probably regard, is probably one of the 5 greatest psychedelic albums of all time. It's a classic. It's so wonderful. And that's Easter Everywhere. And this is 5 stars for sure. This is an original. I bought this in San Francisco, in Haight-Ashbury at a used record store. Oh boy, slip inside this house. It's even got the inner sleeve, the 13-4 inner sleeve. They never got better than this. I don't think there's any psychedelic album that's better than this. Oh boy, it's got so much good stuff here. I've Got Levitation. Slip Inside This House, very evocative, moody. 8 minutes long. Oh man, a lot of fuzz guitar on this one. Slide Machine. She lives in a time of her own. And then they do a cover of Bob. Yeah, we gotta do some Bob there, man. You know he's the best. And Baby Blue, it's all over. And it's Rocky Erickson singing Baby Blue, so it's really psyched out. The second side, killer album. Killer. Earthquake, Dust. I've got levitation, postures, 6 minutes, leave your body behind. Oh man, you can't get any better than this one. This album, unfortunately, has a lot of ringwear problems. This one's pretty decent, but because of the gold they put on this, you're going to see every finger mark that ever went on this album. Essential. You have to have it. You can. The first album I think is essential, but this one, they don't get better than this. And it's spiritual, and it's dreamy, and it's got it all. After this, they pulled a Seeds trick. They came out with a live album. It wasn't really live. This is also international artists. So it's got that blue green, that dark kind of that teal color, really, label. So the first, hard as a rock. Second one, poetry in motion. It was. Third one, excitement personified. Well, it's okay. This has got some stuff on that's not on other albums, but it's got all your favorites here. She Lives in a Time of Her Own. That's great. Tried to hide, but you knew. Uh, Roller Coaster again. You're gonna miss me. I've got levitation. So it's duplication from the other one. It's not essential. I think 13th floor elevators. And of course, there was no 13th floor in most buildings. So very psyche. We're going to the 13th floor. It doesn't exist, but we're going there anyway. This was their last album. Rocky Erickson had left at this time. It came out in 69. Poor Rocky in and out of mental institutions. And this is called Bull of the Woods. Bull of the Woods. So it's a lot of bull, really. Let's look at some good stuff on here. I give it 3 stars. Their last album sounds like the Grateful Dead and Moby Grape, only real punky. Amateurish, but memorable. Some of the good stuff include the Barnyard Blues. Till Then is really good. Rose and the Thorn is good, Down by the River. Dr. Doom. Oh, that's the one. Dr. Doom. Man, how long is Dr. Doom here? Because they like to play long cuts on a lot of this stuff. Dear Dr. Doom, that's only 3 minutes. And they do some covers here. Classic folk, May the Circle Remain Unbroken. It's not essential. It's good. I think all of their albums are good. This was like a contractual fulfillment album. They owed international artists another album, so they came out with this. There's a couple other good ones on here. 4-star Blues Psych with great guitar. With what though? What is with? With you. Sutherland did most of this stuff. There were a couple Erickson cuts on here that were left over. May is dumb spiritual. May the circle be unbroken. But it's kind of psych in its own way. Is this album psych? Yeah, it's psych. 13 full elevators. They were always out there. There's nobody like these guys. Well, the wood. What am I doing for time? I gotta stop. Woo-hoo, too much stuff. Okay, we're gonna go for T part 2 tomorrow. So have a great day.